So we'll talk about the box office here, and yes, we have another week for the box office here, and we have F1 the movie releasing in theaters, and this movie has overperformed at the box office like I predicted it would. They said only 50 million, it actually opened to 55 million. It did not open to 60 million, which I was kind of surprised it didn't open to, which means the so-called predictors were correct again. But F1 the movie was made $144 million internationally as well here. $144 million globally, and for some reason, and Austria has to wait until September to watch the movie. Wow, I just never understood these scattered international release dates. The worst offender this year, I think, so far was Dogman. Some countries you had to wait until April to actually see that movie, but most of the movie's releases is coming around the same time, which is good. Even Japan, which usually has a delayed release date because it's Japan or China, they're all releasing at the same time, except for Austria for some strange reason. But F1 has done very, very well. How to Train Your Dragon is the number 2 movie at the box office, and it has made $454 million globally as well. And this movie has broken even a while ago as well, and has done pretty well for DreamWorks and Universal. So yeah, a pretty good box office performance for a movie that I didn't think would do too well. So yeah, I think we really have to stop underestimating these live action remakes because these movies always overperform our expectations. Mufasa did too. I was like, oh look, Mufasa only opened to 40 million. It's gonna be a huge failure, and Sonic's gonna run away. But Mufasa managed to make a comeback because, Disney held all the premium screens. That was the main reason that movie made money. But now F1 and also the reason why F1's making a lot of money because F1 has all the premium screens as well. Yeah, Jurassic World is coming out next week. It's not going to have any of the premium screens, which is very strange because they want to keep F1 to have them. Which means F1 could have a small drop off because of that. But then we have Elio, the flop of the century. Yeah, this movie is still continuing to do very, very poorly as well. I don't even think the movie's gonna hit 100 million domestically, honestly. Which is probably the worst performance of any Pixar movie ever. Okay, it dropped to 10 million, which means this movie is not gonna have a comeback like Elemental did. So yeah, it seems that people are so sick of seeing B-Mouth swap, it's ridiculous. Then we have Megan 2.0, which also isn't really doing too well. This movie has a small budget, but, these numbers are very, very poor for a Blumhouse movie. And yeah, $10 million, no one, and maybe we have to start talking about horror fatigue, because a lot of horror movies this year besides Final Destination, have not really done too well. It's just my honest opinion. I know a lot of people really, really love horror movies, but I just don't know how many people I've met that said their favorite movie genre is horror movies, but horror movies usually don't do very well at the box office, especially this year as well. Yeah, and yeah, Megan 2 is not really doing too well. Again, there's a lot of movies out right now, including Elio. And yeah, 28 years later isn't really doing, it's doing okay, but it's not having very good ratings because a lot of people didn't really like this movie all too much as well. So, will this movie break even? It needs to make like $150 million to break even. There's a possibility because of how poorly this movie is doing ratings-wise, it's not going to break even as well. Yeah, which means this movie's having very, very bad ratings at the box office as well. And we're likely going to see around $30 million at the end of this movie's lifespan as well. Then we have Lilo & Stitch, which has made $400 million domestically. It is now at $924 million domestic globally. I don't know if this is including updated international numbers. I don't know why the numbers doesn't have any. We're gonna see very quickly. What's Lilo&Stitch numbers on here? 495 million. So it is significantly slowing down internationally, which is actually pretty bad for people who want this movie to hit $1 billion because it's starting to lose feeders massively internationally as well. The numbers doesn't have the numbers for this movie, and 28 years later it still has the same. And so, but some movies they don't have the full numbers. In Elio, they didn't have the full numbers for Elio, but Elio isn't still doing too well. It's gonna barely pass $100 million globally as well. They don't have it's only the Disney movies for some reason they don't have the full numbers in for, but I think Lilo and Stitch has like a 70% chance of hitting $1 billion, but I am still not gonna say it's a guaranteed chance. It really depends on how the international numbers that come in because this movie is not making that much more money domestically as well. Okay, they're gonna start kicking Lilo and Stitch out of theaters once Jurassic World and Superman come out. Okay, like those movies are gonna hog in all the new theaters. Okay, Mission Impossible, which came on the same day, as well. Both movies are having very similar rigs as well, but Mission Impossible, just throw the towel in already. Mission Impossible fans, just throw in the fucking towel already. This movie is a flop. Okay? Throw in the fucking towel already. $350 million, a $300 million budget movie to $4 million budget movie. I did the reasonable and said that it was $350 million budget. But either way, no matter the budget, this movie is a flop. So, let's throw in the towel already, Mission Impossible fans. Okay, Materialists isn't really doing too well. Another movie that isn't really doing too well. It needs to make $50 million break even. So this movie has a budget of $20 million. So, but not really doing too well either. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Um, this movie is a huge failure. This movie needs to make the same amount of money as it needs to make, and it's not gonna make it. Yeah, I think people are really just done with John Wick at this point. Okay, they milked John Wick so much, and it's just people are just so sick of it. Then we have Karate Kid, which lost 1,000 theaters this week. It still made $100 million, $1 million surprisingly, but this movie has now made $100 million globally, and this movie hasn't done very well either, as well. So yeah, this movie has been kicked out of most of its theaters in its fifth weekend. So that's what this video here. Goodbye.